Hello, welcome. My name is Manuel from Kata Studios. I'm happy to have you back. Today we're going to learn how to properly optimize images for graphic designers exporting to their clients and also publishing for social media and also for web designers making websites. Now we should know very importantly that the size of an image doesn't equal to the quality of that image. So with that in mind, we get to understand that when you are uploading an image size that is too large for conversion on social media, it becomes difficult for you to convert to that rate, so you reduce it and the quality of the image becomes lost. Now I'm going to show you an instance of what that means in a couple of moments. Okay, I'm going to show you why that happens and how to avoid it, how to properly optimize your images for web design. But before then, let me explain why you need to optimize your images for website design and why you need to optimize your images for graphic designers. Okay, now for website design, there's what we call Google indexing, Google SEO, search engine optimization. What this does is it scores your website based on performance, on speed, quality of images, typography, color hierarchy, and the rest of them. Okay, now if your website doesn't have a good score, which means people searching for stuff related to what your client deals on, the website information won't be populated at first. Other ones that are well optimized will be populated at the top tier of the search and your own will be below, and you understand that very clearly. Okay, now the images also help in making your website load very fast. Now when you're using low memory or low memory images, that doesn't mean you should use a poor quality images. So we are in between. We are not going to use a very high memory image, and we're not going to use a very low memory image. We're just going to be in between so we can score better on the Google SEO and at the same time perform faster and also not overload your website to make it load slowly. That is in the part of web designer. There are many other complex reasons why you need to optimize your images while building a website. But for graphic designer, it's very important to optimize your image when exporting to your clients, so it becomes very easier for them to download it within a short period of time. That's one. Number two is that when you optimize your images to about 1 megabyte, 800 kilobytes and thereabout, it becomes easier for you to upload your content online easily, and it still maintains the quality and retains that particular standard aspect ratio. We're going to talk about that in a couple of moments. This course will be divided into 4 tiers, one of which is how to detect the file memory in your PC. The second is the social media size. The third is the website design sizes, and the last one is the saving and optimization. So without wasting your time, let's just get into the first one, how we can detect a file size on a PC. So when you're on your PC, you want to detect a particular file size, you just have to hover over the particular file. Okay, you might practically need to click on the file and hover over it. Below it, you're going to see the memory of that particular file over here. Okay, the same applies to all of the image, all of the content on your desktop. We'll just hover over it, you're going to find the particular size for that. So now we understand how we can detect a file size. Let's move over to understanding appropriate social media size. But before then, let me try to save this and show you what file size we have for this particular image. Now when you're saving in Photoshop, let's assume you want to save this image. You have the opportunity to reduce the quality of the image to match the particular size you want, and you can detect the particular size in this particular area, or this particular angle. Okay, now with that noted, let's get to a particular mockup. I want us to upload a particular mockup that might give some kind of issue for us when we are exporting. Now there are mockups that have very high memory, or sometimes you might sometimes finish dealing with a mockup, export it, save it so you can reuse it next time. And when you do this, the mockup saves some kind of data that makes the memory very large the next time you try to use it. I'm going to show you what that means. For instance, I saved this particular mockup and I'm going to export it again as an image. So we're going to save this as a normal image to the desktop. Let's just call this A41. Okay, now we save it in the desktop. Now look at what happened before. Before we have about 200 kilobytes of size in the previous image, but look at what we have right here. We have, let me zoom this very closely so you see, we have 15.9 megabytes. This is about 16 megabytes approximately. Now you might say, okay, then let's just reduce it to have the particular size. Yes, you can scroll around here to reduce the file size to whatever you like. Now we reduce it to a lowest version quality. Now look at the size, we still have the same size, just a difference of 200 kilobytes, which is just a joke. Okay, now we reduce it to the smallest size, which is the last version, which doesn't even make any sense. Okay, we're having 15.5 megabytes. Now, what do you do here? Very simple. Okay, social media sizes that are very well acceptable are from 2 megabytes, from 100 kilobytes, from 200 kilobytes, let me say, from 200 kilobytes to 2000 or 2000 kilobytes. That is 2 megabytes. Okay, from 200 kilobytes to 2 megabytes is acceptable for social media. So when you have a file size of 16 megabytes and you reduce it and you see you can't do anything about it, we are going to learn how to optimize it. This is for web, this is for graphic design. I'm going to teach you how to optimize this. We are going to save this file, so we have it in desktop, so we can just move on fast when we are done understanding the basic principles on optimization for web designers. So we're going to save this as it is in medium size. As we have from here, you can select the high quality if we want. Let's save it as high quality. So you see the saving process takes a little more time to do. So we have the file size. Again, let's hover over here and see the file size. We have 13.1 megabyte, which is the final render. Usually when you have a file of 20 megabytes, sometimes you render it after the export, after the whole of the conversion, it's reduced by 20% or 10% sometimes. Okay, now we are going to get into our website. You see this particular part of the website is called the hero section. The hero section houses the main part of the website. This is what people need to see the first time they get into the website. So the images here are going to have very high quality standards that it can also be maintain the same standard of quality when it is opened in a very wider screen. Okay, screen wider than your laptop, screen wider than your desktop, possibly a television or so. It won't blow up the image or the image won't reduce in quality. So this is where we improvise. This is where we use our optimization technique to work on these images. I have to make this course for both graphic designers and web designers so that both parties can benefit comfortably. Now, when we scroll down, we see that these images below here are not the same size with images above. Now, like I said before, sizes doesn't determine quality. Now, the images below here could be of higher megabytes than the image in the desktop. I'm going to explain that in a little while. Okay, so now when we scroll down, we see some other kind of images with different sizes. Now, I'm going to advise you on two different sizes you are going to use for hero images and for the body or inner content images. All images after the hero section are called inner content images. All images, even down to the footer, are called inner content images. Okay, so all inner content images, the memory I suggest for web designers is I've suggested memory for graphic designers. Actually, I said 200 kilobyte to 2000 megabyte, 2 megabytes. Okay, sorry about that, 2 megabytes. Now, when you are creating a new layer in Photoshop, let me do that very quickly before I come back to this. Possibly you want to create a new image content. You want to create a new layer. Make sure your image width is in pixels and the width is not above 2000. No matter what calculation you're using. I'm going to make another course to teach you how to calculate any dimension in yards, in pixels, in centimeters, in millimeters, in feet, and the rest of those diameters, those sizes, how to convert them to pixels and still maintain your quality when exporting for either large size banner prints or small scale flyer or business card prints. Okay, so whenever you're doing your design export, I have a course actually below. You can search that, how to actually create and export files in Photoshop and Illustrator. Okay, so in this case, whenever you're creating a basic image for social media or for export for your clients, make sure if you want to create it in squares, which is what I advise for graphic designers, make sure it is between 2000 pixels by width and 2000 pixels by height. You can make 3000 times 3000, you can make 2500 times 2500, you can make 2000 times 3000, but let it not exceed like 4000 and let it not be below 1000 pixels. Okay, so get that in mind when you are creating. For instance, we want to create this vertical size or vertical shape for our Instagram post. Just create this particular size. Whatever you drop in here, whatever design you make here is going to be standard. When you're exporting, you're going to get file size of about 1 megabyte, 2 megabyte, 3 megabytes, and that is going to be okay for your publish on social media or for your clients. Now back to what we are saying in the website design. I hope you are enjoying this. If you are enjoying this, please click on the like button and also remember to subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. We'll be bringing a lot of this in the coming week to give you some kind of tips and tricks you need to understand to scale up your skill as a graphic designer or as a web designer. So now in the hero section, what I will advise you to use, the size I advise you to use is from 500 kilobytes to 1500 megabytes. So 1.5 megabytes or 500 kilobytes. So let it be within that range, whatever you are doing in the hero section. So which means all these images we have here are within that particular range. Let's try to download one if that is possible. So we save, it's saving as HTML. We can actually download this. Okay, we have it from the back end. This is actually a website I'm making for a client. Now this size should be 500 kilobytes to 1500 kilobytes or 1.5 megabytes. So within this range, it becomes easier for it to load faster and still maintain its quality. Since size doesn't determine the quality of an image, 10 megabytes image size will still be the same quality with a 1 megabyte image size. Okay, it's still the same quality. There's what we call HDR. I'm going to talk about that later. Okay, I'm going to talk about HDR later and how it affects. It is only needed, let me just give a little explanation. It's only needed for you to have image file size of that particular amount in RAW, which means this is shot in a digital camera and it have that particular size, 20 megabytes, 100 megabytes. Why? Because it retains some more details so that the editor can actually further edit this image and add a lot more details in the images to make it shine. But if it is about logo design, website design, and doesn't do much with a lot of image manipulation, just go with 1500, between 500 to 1500 for hero section. Now for all body images, that's why I summarized this in two places, two parts: hero images and body images. For all body images, I'll suggest you to use image file sizes of 200 kilobytes to 700 kilobytes. Don't use be above that, because why I say 200 to 700, it still retains, it is still in a smaller scale. And 3 is that those images are a multiple fold. They are not like hero section that we might have just one image there. So to load faster, we need these images on splits. Okay, so these images you might have in the body of the website might be about 20. So if you calculate 700 kilobytes times 20, it should be about 7 megabytes or 7,000 kilobytes. You get the point? So images here, you are going to be very careful about them. In the body, make sure images is within 300 kilobytes to 700 kilobytes. In the hero section, images should be within 500 kilobytes to 1500 kilobytes. So that's what they're going to do for websites. Okay, then for graphic designer, I already talked about that. For social media content, your images should be within 500 kilobytes to 1000 or 2000 kilobytes. Okay, that's 2 megabytes. It's okay for you to upload. If you're uploading 10 megabytes for social media, Instagram is going to convert the image, because whenever you upload an image, Instagram converts it to make it load faster and also make it not to consume a lot of data for their users. When data are being consumed in some social media, people start getting scared of that. So they have technology that converts your image and still retain the quality. So you don't need to keep all of those qualities and exporting them. Keep it within 1 megabyte, 500 kilobytes, 2 megabytes at most, and then you export your file. Now, we had an issue that we are trying to export a file and the file retains at 15 kilobytes, at least 15 kilobytes. And when we export, the final render was 13 megabytes. Now we want to reduce this to about 200 kilobytes because we want to use it for social media, or 500 kilobytes. How do we do that? Very simple. Let's get back to the screen. So what you're going to do is, in your Windows, this is actually for Windows 10, double click on the image and click on the 3 dots at the top right corner. Okay, 3 dots at the top right corner. Scroll down until you find the resize image. So click on that. And in this particular part, don't use any of this above. Click on the fine size. So the fine size will actually give us the particular size, give us opportunity to create our particular size. So if you're using this for social media, like I said before, let it be on pixels. So we're going to count 2000 pixels, and it's going to automatically calculate the height of that particular image for us automatically. So we create 2000 pixels and we save our file. Here you're going to save the name with the name, whatever name you want to save the image with, and you hit on save. Now the image automatically is saved, and in the first one, let's look closely so you see how powerful this optimization tool is. When you click on this image, we still have this image as 13.1 megabytes, as you can see from here, but the second image now we have it at 300. Just look closely, at 320 kilobytes. Now you might say, wow, this image must have reduced in quality. Let me show you that this image doesn't reduce in quality. So we open the first one and we zoom very closely to see the quality. I'm still zooming the image and also zooming my screen recorder so you can see what I mean here. So you see, we zoom this and see what we have from here. Now we're going to do the same with the second image. We click on that. Let me zoom closely and we zoom this image, it still retains the same quality as the previous one retains. So we don't have issues with quality and sizes as long as we maintain or retain this in the particular aspects that we are supposed to. Now, when you are done with this, you can export it in your device and you can upload on social media. You won't have any filtering, you won't have any image size reduction, you won't have any loosed image, and everything is going to move faster. It also even makes it easier for you to upload multiple images faster without consuming a lot of your data. The same thing applies to dealing with social media for website designers. Okay, so now properly, how we export contents. Let me do that very quickly. How we export content for web designers and graphic designers. Some graphic designers export content directly from Illustrator to their device. Don't do that, okay? When you're done with your work in Illustrator, drag it into your Photoshop, create a Canva in Photoshop like this, then drag the file into your Photoshop. Just drag the file into your Photoshop, then you can resize things the way you want them to be. Possibly you want this to be in square, you can select on the resize tool and resize it the way you want, okay? Then you click on OK and we are good to go. Now this file, you can click on option and we can save the file. Now, what I want to show you is this: how to save a file. We have this particular file size now, okay, at 402 kilobytes. Sometimes you might need to increase it if you want. Okay, this is about 1 megabyte. Okay, it still maintains the same quality and standard. Reduce it, it's still about, but don't go less than this. Don't go less than 190 kilobytes. The least you can go for both social media and your website is 200 kilobytes. Don't go less than this. If you go less than this, automatically you are reducing the quality of your image. So guys, that is it for today. We have talked about, let me recap, we have talked about how to detect a file size, talked about the social media file size, talked about the website design file size, and we talked about the saving and optimization. So you apply this, it becomes very easier for you to scale in your file export for social media and also make your clients happy while making their website move faster and score well in Google Optimization Index. So once again, my name is Manuel from Kata Studio. I hope you enjoyed this. Feel free to share this to friends and also click on the subscribe button if you have not done. Like this post because it encourages me to make more of this kind of content, and also comment if there's anywhere you don't understand clearly. Do have a wonderful day till we meet next time.